Good morning, Flosstube. I am Leanne, Stitchy Mooncrafts, and welcome to my channel. It has been quite a few months. In that time, let's see, we've had 5 full moons, the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. Wow, it has been quite a while. So just quickly, life has been a bit busy. I got a new position at work, same company, just a 6-month secondment, so that's kept me busy. And I've had a lot going on in my personal life. So yeah, it has been a while. But I thought today is a great day to do a quick impromptu Flosstube. So I apologise about the noises that you're going to hear, the reflection in my glasses. I'm in the sunniest or brightest spot in the house. Dishwasher's going, washing machine's going, cars are going, and kids are doing whatever they're doing. So I apologise for the background noise, and I will do the best I can. I am actually going to try and edit this video, so we'll see how we go. I thought what I'm going to do this, and it is the 20th of July, so it has been a while. So this is Flosstube number 53. I'm actually going to do kind of a WIP parade. So, but I will just start from basically what I was doing this year has been the 365 days of Christmas. So, which is the baby of Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts. So essentially just doing Christmas pieces all year. So I have, I did try to stick to that, and just as work permitted. So I've sort of been rotating a couple of pieces. I had huge plans. Probably I was a little bit over the top with my plans and expectations of what I could realistically do. But that's okay. There's always next year, and I will just keep plotting. So I have done a few. I have had some finishes, which is great. But I will show those along towards the end. But for now, I'm just going to jump in, and I'm no particular order. I will do the new starts as we go along. So, but I'm going to start with whips. And as I said, I'm doing I'm going to do a WIP parade. I'm actually going to start though with my oldest WIP. I did think Loki's piece was my oldest, the Witching Hour by Lisa Parker. I did actually think that was my oldest WIP, but it's actually not. I started back in 2016, so before I even moved to Queensland. I bought off eBay just a random pattern. Now, my most favourite artist is, I have 2 favourite paintings. One is by John Waterhouse, I think it is, which I'm actually specifically going to Tate Modern in London when we go in at the end of the year in December, specifically to see that piece. So I will actually, if I'm able to, I will film that. It is absolutely, I don't know why. I saw it as a kid, and it has just been an all-time favourite of mine. But I digress. So I didn't know when I got back into cross stitch about pieces that had been duplicated, and so this one is one of those, and I am sorry for that, but I bought it off eBay. It was already, I believe, started. I think just there was only a couple of stitches in that when I started. So this is it. I'm trying not to show the company, but it's Van Gogh's Starry Night. It is the most beautiful, my most favourite painting of all time. So I started this back then. It's actually, the Ada is filthy, absolutely filthy, so please don't judge me. So this is where I'm at, and I was worried that I had orientated the fabric wrong, but I don't believe I have. I think it will be fine. And it will cover up all the grotty because it is a full coverage. So I had put it aside because, as I said, when I first moved up here and I was joining some Facebook groups, I was actually made to feel really awful about it, so I stopped doing it. And then I decided, well, you know, it's one of those things that I didn't deliberately with the intention of, you know, doing it negatively. So I'm going to continue with the piece, and it's not like I'm selling it. It's going to be something that I will hang in my home because I absolutely love it. So I'm doing that. It came as a kit. It's 14 count Ada and all the called for flosses. So I do absolutely love it. If I can find another chart, I may actually see if I can just repurchase it. But for now, that's what I'm doing. Keeping it in my Darvarnalee bag. I absolutely love that piece, and it's one that, yeah, as I said, I started that in 2016, so that's actually my oldest WIP that I have. My next oldest is my Loki's piece. This is my favourite. It's a long-term project. It's a Hade. It was my first Hade that I actually got through Griffin Moon, because Griffin Moon, I don't know if they still do, but they were a seller for Heaven and Earth. So I got it through there. I didn't realise how big the piece was, but for those of you that have watched my channel for a while, you are aware that of the story, that I bought it thinking it was just 40 centimetres. So I call this Loki's piece because I have a cat that looks exactly like Loki. And I mean, exactly like the cat here. His name is Loki. And this is exactly what he would do. But I have repurchased the chart so that I could have it in my pattern keeper. So, because I couldn't convert the paper chart to actually be it was just too hard. It was just easier to repurchase the chart through Heaven and Earth as a PDF for that. So I'm pretty happy with the progress on it. I actually haven't done a lot of work on it this year. Sorry, that might be better. I don't know what you can see. Hopefully that's focusing. So I think I'm about 20%. Long way to go. But it is on 18 count easy grid, done on all the call for colours, and which is just, yeah, it is a long-term project. One day I will have it up on my wall, perhaps, maybe not, I don't know, but I love this piece, and it's one that I did actually specifically buy a frame for, but and I've had, you know, rods made for another frame. I can't seem to find a way that works well. The frame I love, and it was a great idea, and I actually had I'll just grab it here. So this is the frame, and this cover was made for me by Nicole from Darvarnalee Designs, and it flips off like that. It's a dust protector. So I've taken it off the frame scroll bars for now, just because it was too hard for me to hold this, and I really need to look at getting a proper stand. So I'm actually thinking after my trip to the UK and Europe, I think that, well, Europe, I think I'm going to look at maybe a Lowry stand. I don't know, that's something for down the future, you know, in the future. But I started that in 2019, in September of 2019. I did purchase it a lot, probably about, anyway, it does matter. I started it in 2020, in 2019. So it will hopefully be a focus piece next year. I would really like to get, I won't get it finished next year, but I definitely want to get a good chunk of it done if I can. So I'm just going through the WIPs. So, okay. So I joined the challenge, well, not challenge, but the stitch along with Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts and Nicole from Darvarnalee Designs. They inco in with Viv from Vivsters on Etsy. They had the Aussie flag sale. So I'm doing this version. There is another one where you have like snowflakes. So it's the Quaker flag. I haven't done a lot on this one. I have got this as a PDF for my Pattern Keeper. So it is Pattern Keeper friendly, and I have this in my Darvarnalee Designs. How cute is that fabric? You can't get much more Australian than koalas, and obviously with the vinyl. I love the vinyl fronts. They're just so much easier when you're rifling through, like what I've had to do today, because I don't remember half the charts I've got. So I have a very small start. Well, not very, but you know, it's small. Sorry, I'm just going to do this so it focuses. Where the lighter blue here, I did have the wrong, well, I don't know if it's the wrong colour. I'm not happy with the colour. So it was a Silks For You, which is absolutely beautiful to work with. But it's just, I'm just not happy with the colour. So I will have other projects I can use that for. But I am going to, this is on hold for the moment, and I will get the correct one that was charted with. So I just, yeah, I don't know. It's just not the right blue for me that I've chosen. So I will use which is what I should have done to begin with. But that's okay. And I'm doing that on 32 count Ada, I think. Not Ada, sorry. I'm doing it on 32 count even weave, sorry, from DD's Darvarnalee Designs Studio fabric, and I'm using PR005 from Silks For You, and then the called for other colours as it was designed. So yeah, enjoying that. But as I said, it's just on a stop for the moment until I can fix up those colours. So just, yeah, anyway, it is what it is. So moving on. Now, as I said, I can't remember half the charts that I have. So this one is the Blue Flower Night Walked Down. Absolutely love this. I started this for Nicole's birthday sale back in 2023 maybe. Let me just see if I can have a look in my book. And that was the birthday sale that we did for her birthday. So it was August, I know that much. Okay. And then we did, we all have different fabrics that we used for that. So I can't remember, and I can't for some reason find it. Oh, here we go. August, it was actually 2020, August 2020. So I started this on the 13th of August, and I'm pretty much finished. And the colour that you're seeing is pretty true to colour. I do wish I'd chosen, I absolutely love this fabric, but I do wish I'd chosen a different colour because the peacock was a bit tricky to see. But so I've just really got the border to finish now. So hopefully this August, I'll pull that out and get that done. So I'm doing this on a Ada from Custom Die from Crafty Leanie, and the called for floss. So it's 14 count Ada from Crafty Leanie, and it was done, in 2020. And this has actually been a really good travel piece. I took that to Melbourne. Because it's 14 count, I can stitch without Lucifer, without my, I name my things, it's a thing, without my mag light. So I don't need to worry about travelling with that. And as I said, Amy's, sorry, I'm a bit disorganised. I know you're shocked. So I'm hoping to get that done this year. Excuse me. I would like to have that finished August this year, but I don't know. We'll see. We all know what I'm like with plans. So I'll go into, I'm just grabbing whatever I've got on hand or whatever's closest. So Ragnarok, my first long dog sampler, and this is what it will be. So I absolutely love this piece. It's actually a really quick one. I am doing this in Silks for You. Just having a look to see. Silks for You PR012. It's on 28 count, tea-dyed by myself. Fabric is from Sew It All Australia, and it's even weave. So I'll just get the colour out. It's absolutely beautiful. And Silks for You is just lovely to work with, but I'm sure you all know that. Okay. Focus. I think that's focusing. But that's the colour. And it's another Darvarnalee Designs bag with the vinyl front. And this is, I wanted the fabric to look like, you know, old world parchment, and I was trying to go for that woad colour that the Picts used, so just to go in with the whole Viking, Ragnarok, Nordic mythology. It is looking a little darker than what it actually is. I'm trying to, hopefully that'll be focused, but absolutely loving it. So this is the edge of it now. I think that's, let's double check. Yep, so it's just missing the second border here. So that's how wide it will be. Yeah, absolutely love working on this piece. As I said, it just goes so quickly. The fabric is nice to work with. I love everything. And you know what? I'm probably going to say that about every piece I'm doing. Actually, I can say there is two that I probably won't, but that's okay. And like everything, it's got cat and dog fur on it and drives me absolutely nuts. But what can you do? Yeah, so I've got that, and I would like to see a finish in the next year or two. I really want to try and knock some of these out. There's really no reason why I haven't. It's just a time thing, I suppose. It didn't even make sense, but you know what I mean. So then I have my Yuletide. So I'm not going to do like a haul parade as such, but as I get things out that I've purchased. So I have this, it's a large bag. I had this fabric left over from a quilt I was doing, so I sent it off to Nicole and she made me a few things with this fabric. So now this is my Carolyn Manning Yuletide garden. Now this was been looking for these. I will come back to them. So, sorry, I think I just flashed the pattern there, but Yuletide Garden is one I started with Rebel Stitches. Hello Ladies in I think this was a New Year's start for 2024. I think we started this. Now Jenny Trask, who's Jenny _, always get it wrong, I'm sorry Jenny. I'll link it down below. She has finished hers. I'm doing this with Nicole. Gail has also finished hers. There it is, that's what I'm looking for. So all of us have different coloured fabric and they all look different but same, and it is just absolutely love working on this piece. Now this, I was using linen, which I was really hesitant to do because those of you that have been watching a while, you know how much I hate linen. And so I'm doing this on 32 count Wicked from Nicole from Darvarnalee Designs. That's backwards. I really hope when this comes it's round the right way. If it's backwards still, you'll know that I couldn't work it out. But it says 38, 32 count in Wicked. And this is where I'm at. Absolutely love this. As I said, we are all working on different fabrics, and Gail and Jenny have finished theirs, and Nicole and I, or maybe Nicole's finished hers too. No, I think Nicole is still working on hers as well, but I absolutely love it. It is such a quick stitch, so I'm enjoying it because it's lovely fabric and it's quick to do. It's just really an enjoyable piece. And it's part of my Christmas 365 days of Christmas, and just having a look because I think it was, we started it last year. It was our New Year, New Start, and so I started it on the 31st of December 2023, so for 2024. So at midnight I started that. And I am hoping, I would really, really like to have that one finished this year. Don't know if I'm putting too big a pressure. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. but yeah, that's the plan anyway. One of my other pieces, this one I started as a sale with Nadine from Nad's _X Stitch. I loved it in the beginning. It was great. I just haven't, and really my mistake was that I used a DMC étoile instead of following with the chronic or following with the colours along here. It annoyed me, so it went to timeout. It's on a printed fabric from Sew It All Australia. And I mean, really the hard part is done with the moon, so there's really no reason why it shouldn't be finished already. But I really need to get onto that. It's not a favourite piece, so that's part of the thing. I'm actually not sure if Nadine has finished hers, but it's just one of those ones that I'll get to. It's on 28 count even weave in, I don't know what the colour was called, but it's sort of like a grey sparkle. I don't know if you can see the shimmer to it. I actually think that it's been sprayed. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's been sprayed. But anyway, and that one's in a bag made by me. And I know that once I have finished this chart, because it was gifted to me by, I think it was Aussie Maria. So I will gift this on once I'm done. So that one I started back in 2020, in July 2020. So 5 years this week, actually, 25th of July. So that's a bit sad. But fabric is Silver Ash, that's what it is, from Sew It All Australia. So on the list, I would like to see myself finish that. And I think, you know, in the next couple of years, I'm really going to push for finishes to get these done. The other one I have, this is just a bag off Etsy, I think. It was magical bag. I bought it when I first started, I think, getting seriously back into cross stitch. Now this one is one of my Halloween starts that I did with I think Dee Dee's Designs did a Spooktober, and I'm just having a look. So I started this one the 7th of October as part of Spooktober. I think this is actually one of the ones I have left, the last one that I have left from those that I started, because I think I started like 15 pieces during that month. It's a Durene Jones one, When Witches Ride, and when witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers 'tis near Halloween. So I do love it. With this though, I am using glow in the dark, which has proved to be a bit of a devil's pube kind of thing. So I'm doing this on 14 count Naviator from Sew It All Australia. Okay, just having a look. And I think I made a mistake with the border, so not sure, but so that's all I've got done. Haven't done anything more probably since my last WIP Parade, which would have been December. So yeah, And there's, I mean, that's another one I did in 2020 as well, part of Spooktober. So I really should do something with her. I was going to have little, you know, decorations to hang around the house on doors, but, you know, best laid plans and all that. So I do love Durene Jones. I don't know, for those of you watching probably remember my Green Man. I'm actually going to take that with me when I go to Europe at the end of the year, because I'm doing a pilgrimage for to Glastonbury and a few other pagan sites. So I'm taking that one with me, and there's actually a shop there that I wish to see that is called the Grey Man. Everything in it is Grey Man. So I just thought it'd be, you know, one of those things to just take with me as I go. But yeah, we'll see if I remember to pack it. Okay, then we have, as I said, these are in no particular order. Some have been worked on, some haven't, most haven't. This one has not had any love this year, and that's just purely because I have been focusing on my Christmas and the plan was I was focusing on Christmas, and I was going to do my witching hour on a Sunday. So I'm trying to work as many weekends as I can, which means I'm pretty much working 6 days. So Sundays generally haven't been for stitching. It has just been catching up on housework, washing, mum duties, all of that. So yeah, it is, you know, life gets in the way. So this is Mini Deer Creek, a Hade by Donna Gelsinger. My printer is a bit washed out, so it's brighter than what it looks here. And I'm doing this in tent stitch on 25 count magic grid 8er, all the called for colours. And I started this as a New Year start in, just having a look, I think it was 2023 I started this. Actually, that's really bad. I started it in January 2021 as my New Year start. That's really not a lot of progress. So I saw this from oh my gosh, I've forgotten his channel. I will put it down below. Okay, that's where I'm at now. The colours are just beautiful. I don't know if it really picks up in this light. Hopefully it will, but I'm really enjoying, so it's not going to be big, that's the width of it. Yeah, so I really should get back to that, but yeah, I think next year Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts and Nicole are doing Hades, I think a year of Hades. So I'm thinking I might just make this and my my witching hour, my focus pieces. I mean, I say that now, but let's face it, I'll probably buy something overseas and get obsessed with that, as I tend to do. But this one I found really frustrating. I don't know if I've just chosen the wrong fabric or whether it's the fact that it is tent stitch. I find really frustrating because it's become quite bulky on the back, but anyway, I will finish it because I really do love it. And I was making it a autumn piece, just getting them through, like when I was doing seasonal stitches, I was finding I liked the idea of that. But now I've just sort of shaken it up a bit, doing Christmas. I am enjoying that. So I'm not going to get as many of the Christmas pieces done as I would have liked, but that's okay. At least I am getting some finishes done. So, but I will show you those shortly. This is one of the others that I sort of got a bit sick of. Not sick of, but I found it frustrating because I kept making mistakes. And it's Halloween in Quilt by Cuore Batticuore. Now, I haven't done anything more on this since my last WIP, but I do think that from memory, I was contemplating just leaving it as the house and calling it a day. So that's what I have done. And I'm tempted to just leave it at that, but there is a really cute witch down the bottom there. So I don't know, we'll see. It is one of those pieces that I loved it. Now I'm just, meh. So I'm not sure. I'll have a think about that and see whether it is something I am going to continue or just call it done. I think last WIP Parade, I think I said I had called it done, but I don't know. It's just, yeah. It's a cute piece, but I'm not in love with it. So that's on 28 count, even weave. It's part of the stash I bought. For those of you that haven't been around for a while, I actually went through a phase back in 2020 where I was like, the world is going to run out of fabric. I need to buy all the 28 count fabric I can. So I bought the fabric, and I have so much of it. I actually bought it before I went to Melbourne. My granddaughter was born, and so I bought it, and when I got to Melbourne, it was there waiting. And then because it was COVID, I couldn't get back to Queensland. So, and that was purely because I couldn't afford the flights. They were just absolutely absurd. And then Melbourne was in lockdown. And so, hence the, me doing Spooktober. So basically I was there a couple of weeks before my granddaughter was born. And then my daughter had to have emergency surgery after the birth, 3 days or 4 days after. So, and if you go back to, must have been like November of 2020, you'll see I actually filmed in the hotel, and it was it was a Novotel. It was the worst design in fabric choices because it looked like it was a murder room. Interestingly enough, I'm going to be, when we go to Glasgow, I'm staying in Novotel there. So I'm interested to see if they're all decorated the same because it seems to be the same here in Australia. So it will be interesting. But that one is, it's all call for colours. I do use DMC. If I don't, I'll say where I don't. And that was started the 14th of October 2020. And it's Cuore Batticuore. Gail will be able to correct me there if I think I'm very way off, but yeah. And that's in a bag that I've done. So I either have my own bags or Darvarnalee design bags. So they are, yeah, I started doing these bags before I realized I could get them in vinyl. So the vinyl I much prefer. Moving on, so I've got one here. This is, now I don't know if I actually wrote when I started this down. I don't think I did. So I saw this on, Yep, I didn't write it down. I started last October, and I saw this on Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. I saw this on her Flosstube. Hello Audrey, it's been so long since I've actually watched Flosstube, so I do hope you're all doing well, those of you that I haven't caught up with. Okay, so this is Stitchy Witchy. It's by Stitchy Prose, and it's After Twilight, Twilight's Embrace, Witches Weave Spells with Needle and Lace. I absolutely, focus, there we go. Absolutely love this piece. Now, I thought I'd try and be clever. So the moon goes that way in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it's reverse. So by that I mean this top there. So I drove myself nuts trying to get that the right way around for the southern hemisphere. And I'm doing this on I did. Go me leaving these in here so I remember. It's called Halloween from DD's Designs. Again, I really hope all of these, when I upload them, are around the right way, because at the moment they are the wrong direction, and I am sorry for that. If everything is backwards, you'll know that I couldn't sort it out. So this has taken me so long because I reversed, that's the chart, I reversed the moons. So the moons actually go in the southern hemisphere direction. So northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. So you can see the difference. So it took a bit of swear words, bit of frustration, but I got there. I'm actually using a Silks for You on all of it. So the purple I absolutely love, and I really hope you can see it. The fabric is also a linen, absolutely beautiful. It reminds me of, I can't think of, Picture This Plus's one, but this is just beautiful. So that's from Nicole at Darvarnalee Designs, and it's called Halloween. Absolutely perfect, and the linen is just absolutely beautiful to work with. So this is the purple that I'm using. Hang on, let me, oh shoot. Straighten the coffee. Ooh, missed it, phew. Anyway, this is, so these were like a sample thing, not sample thing, but like a little skein, I guess, that I won. So it's sort of like a browny, purpley. Hopefully that's coming out true to colour. It's just the perfect colour to do this. And I'm using the Silks for You black, which is perfect for this. Sort of like a dirty black. And it's got like blacky blue in it. So it's a perfect witchy black to use. And I got that from the Maroochydore retreat that's put on by the Brisbane Cross Stitches, Rebecca Serron. So she organises each year. I haven't done the last couple because I've, everything saving for Europe at the moment. So in my Darvarnalee Designs bag, vinyl front. So absolutely enjoy that one, and I don't know why I didn't write that down. I do try to write them down so I have, you know, that time frame when I start. So a couple of years ago, I did, what did I, it was a Blackbird Designs sampler, Halloween sampler, and just having a look, that's weird. Sorry, I've found another chart in here. I don't know what it is. Anyway, something different. So this is Halloween Eve, and I think the other one was Midnight Watch. So Blackbird Design. So this is the companion piece to that. And that's Halloween Eve. So I'm doing this one on it's a, let me see if I can't remember the name of the fabric. So I started this, and it is 28 count even weave. It's coffee dyed by me, and I started this on the 1st of September 2024, because as far as, you know, should be spooky time all year round, but you know, this is it. So that's, I haven't done a lot on it, but that's what I have done so far, just the top. Now, for those of you that remember or are not familiar, Midnight Watch was this one. And apparently it comes in a quilt. I would love to do the quilt, but yeah. Now this one I was devastated because I was trying to, I'd started the border on it, and then I decided I'd made a mistake and I just pulled it out. But in the process, I'd made a little hole right here. So hopefully when these I'm going to frame. Yeah, so hopefully that will be covered. But I absolutely love that. I love the Blackbird Designs Halloween pieces, all their witchy stuff, and I do miss, I'll be bringing them out for Halloween. So come September, start of the spooky months, I will, and I mean, look how gorgeous the colours are. It's just beautiful. Just yum, autumn colours. So I will definitely be, yeah, I wasn't going to, I was just going to stick solely Christmas this year, but my little witchy nature can't be doing that. Just loves the autumn and all of that too much. So that was on 28 count, even weave, coffee dyed by me. Fabric is from Sew It All Australia. Actually, it's kind of like a surprise because I don't know what I've actually got in half these bags. Oh, yes. So this one, absolutely one of my favorites. So the reason I started Halloween Eve in September was because I did Sampler September, and I try and make the samplers all sort of, you know, lead into Halloween. So I get 2 months of doing that. So the next one is Halloween Sampler by Teresa Kogut. I started this as a New Year's start with Nicole in I think we started this in 2024, or maybe it was 2023. Started it, fabric is coffee. I actually had to buy fabric, believe it or not. No, this was the last of the 2023 stash that I had. So that's where I'm at with this. And I'm doing this as a yeah, I was doing this as a sale with Nicole. So I am trying to do a row each time I do it. If I can get more, even better. But I'll definitely be bringing this and Halloween Eve out in September. And this piece last year overtook. That's why I didn't get much done on the other one, because the pair of them, I was just absolutely obsessed with this. I mean, look at it. It is just gorgeous. What's not to love on it? It's just perfect. Everything about it I love. I love Teresa Kogut, and it appeals to my vintage, because I love that vintage Christmas, vintage Halloween. It's just fabulous. So, and that's in a witchy bag by me. In fact, I think this bag is my favorite fabric of all time. I just love it. It's just so fun. Now this one I have not worked on for a while. I think last autumn, I did it in April of last year, because that's our autumn, and that is autumn at Pork Run. Now, for those of you that have been following, you'll know that I'm not doing all of it. I'm just doing the top blocks without the Halloween or the Thanksgiving. So I'm just doing the autumn ones. Absolutely loving this. So I'm just going to, because it's quite a long piece, just going to roll it up. So, I've only done 4 blocks. There we go. Everything called for DMC, and really enjoying it. So I would have started this year in autumn the 5th block, but I am doing Christmas. So I actually haven't touched this one this year. And I call these finishes because each of those blocks, there is just so much in those stitches in them. So I call each of them as small finishes. So yeah, and I do absolutely love them, and using all the call for DMC. So this one, I actually know when I do finish it how I'm going to display it, and I think it's probably the only piece that I do actually know how I'm going to display. So, but that's from Carriage House Samplings, and I just absolutely love that. Down the bottom, with the exception of the 2 Thanksgiving ones, I am going to do the Witch and the Graveyard as separate. I think they're really cute little Halloween pieces. So I will get to those. And a Witch and a Moon, can't go past my 2 favourite things. So just love that. Now I think we've actually come to the end of all my WIPs. So what are we at? We're at an hour, so I'll be quick. So that's all my WIPs. Now I've had new starts and I've had some finishes. So my new starts have been mostly for the Christmas ones. So, but initially I had planned to have a whole heap of Christmas ones on the go. That hasn't worked. So I've got my Carolyn Manning Yuletide on the go. And I currently have this one on the go, which is, let me see. So hang on. Let me just take this out of the, now while I hold that one up. So absolutely love that. This is on a little, oops, sorry about the needle minder. So Pomegranate Santa. I'm actually using the fancy floss for this. This is on a random piece of linen that I got from my girlfriend's mum. She was clearing out her stash, and in fact, I've used a couple of her pieces actually for those, for the Christmas ones. And Mrs. Henwood just does absolutely beautiful work. So these are leftover bits, random sizes, random. So I think this is a linen, and the colour is just perfect for this piece. So it's Plum Street Sampler, Pomegranate Santa, and I'm using the Called For, which is actually Classic Colourworks. So I thought I'd splurge and do that. I know this year I said I was going to start my Autumn Stars, Cinnamon Stars, and I haven't, and that's okay. That'll be, I'm slowly collecting, because when I do that, I want to do it in all the fancy floss. So, and I think the other piece of this fabric is actually going to be for that one. So that one I started this year. I haven't actually written my Christmas starts down. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's on Instagram. So I am on Instagram as Morgana Stitchy Moon 75. So Morgana Stitchy Moon 75 is what I am. So I've got that one. So I don't know what it is. I think it might be a 28 count linen. Bit unsure about that. Also in a bag done by me. And okay, in another bag from Nicole. So this is a commissioned one with the fabric that I had. So I had so much of this fabric, and I thought I may as well just use it. Now I don't have the original, or do I? No. So unfortunately it's just the paper copy, my working copy for, I hope that's focused. His name is Whitaker, and her name is Paisley. So I'm showing you both of them now because I have done both of those. So that's Paisley. I am sorry I don't have the original charts with me, but again, they'll be on Instagram. And I am Morgana Stitchy Moon 75 on there. So this is Paisley. Now I used the Called For, which was Gentle Arts fabric, flosses. So Paisley. Now I was going to get them framed, and then I thought toy. So I'm actually having a think about that, but I'll send them off to Nicole to be finished. So, and that's Whitaker. So hopefully I've left enough space in between to have them as a toy. Otherwise, like not a toy, but you know, little stuffed peoples. So, which is super cute. Absolutely love them both. And I had planned to give them to my grandchildren, but my older two said to me they're a bit creepy for babies. I didn't think they were, but anyway, I've decided to keep them for myself now because I actually don't have a lot of Christmas decorations that we put up. So, and that's in my favorite fabric. Okay, and so I started those and finished those. I think they may actually probably end up being my only two finishes this year. this was the other fabric that I had that Nicole made me a bag. I did have plans to do holiday Quaker. I haven't started that yet, so I'm just showing the bag. The other one I did start, I had this done. Nicole made me this bag because I folded over, so I have it folded. I'm just putting my hand there because the chart is on display. This is for my Stony Creek Halloween Village Afghan. Now this I saw also on Audrey Witchy Stitches, so I need to catch up with her Flosstubes to see where she is with this. Jenny Trask also, I think it's Jenny_Stitches. I'm pretty sure that's what she is on Instagram. She's finished hers. Absolutely stunning. The colours in it, the book, this just doesn't even do it justice. Jenny's and Audrey's, if you have a look at both of them, absolutely stunning. The colours just pop. And both of them have used different fabrics in terms of size fabrics. So just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I have started this. I haven't done a lot. And once I've finished here today, I'm actually going to be working my way through this. So let me just get that out. So at the moment, I'm not going to, I've just moved it, so I'm not going to take it out. So I'm only on the border, so not a lot of progress. But I was trying to do the whole top and do the sides, but I've actually decided I'm just going to go page by page. But thanks to Nicole and Jenny for helping me with this yesterday, because we had the Sunshine Coast. I go to Brisbane cross stitches, but I joined the Sunshine Coast chapter because I'm literally in the middle of both, and the Sunshine Coast one, dates work better for me. So I just go up there, and that way I can catch up with Jenny Trask and then Nicole from Darvarnalee Designs. So, because she lives out further. So, yeah. And I got Nicole to make grime guards for me, which is fabulous because all the excess fabric tucked up into it stays out of my way then, and I don't have to worry about it getting in my face. Now I'm actually using for this CXC colours rather than DMC, mainly because of affordability, but I'm actually loving their colours. This is their colour palette. They are the same colours as the DMC, but they just seem to, maybe it's because of the fabric I've chosen. So this was meant to be slightly grey. I put too much of the, I can't even think of what, Rit dye into the water. And I only did a couple of drops and it came out quite it's a really weird colour. It's not grey, it's kind of like a purpley, bluey grey. But I think it's going to work really, really well with these colours because, let me see if I can see like those oranges on there. It's just gonna, I think it'll be really, work really well. So definitely a happy accident. I only bought the one fancy floss for this. So that's the Weeks Dye Works. Now let me take it out. I don't know where I'm using this, but in hindsight, I probably didn't need to use them, but I've got it anyway. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to, because now I've gone into, I'll start using the purples. So I've just started around here, done this part, so now I'll do the purple on the outside and the inside, and then I'll be able to start on the first pumpkin. Let me just get my book out and show you. So I'll be able to start with that. There's actually not a, I'm just trying to see if there's a good picture of it. So probably here on the back. So up here is where I'll be working here. Those two, that and that page. Sorry, it's not a very good picture because it's on the front, it's all up in there. But anyway, so I will, yeah, work on that today. Plans going forward, still doing my Christmas ones. Now, Nicole has the Country Cottage Needleworks, so she has loaned me the whole series for these. Just having a look here. And so I think that's them in their entirety. And not sure on fabrics yet. So she has done all of these on as a cushion, I believe, which is, I think, what I'm going to do with this. I think there's 9 in total. And I'm yet to find, I had hoped to start these soon, but I couldn't remember where I put them. I knew I had them safe and I found them in one of the charts that I had. So those I will, yeah, I'm having a think about the fabric. See, the problem is with black cats and a black dog, just leave that till later, I swear, is that their fur gets everywhere and it drives me absolutely insane. So I need to be careful what the fabric I choose, but I think a lighter fabric is going to work with that. So, but I'll have a think and a play and see what I come up with. I think that is it for now. Oh, no, it's not. One other new start I had. This was my birthday start. So because my birthday is in May, so it's the beginning of May, it's in the Southern Hemisphere, our Samhain, Halloween. So I wanted to do, because I'd done the Green Man, and I wanted to do the Wheel of the Year. So this is from the Primitive Hare. Absolutely gorgeous. So I started on Samhain. So I started here in this block because it was closest to my birthday. And again, this one does have the moon cycle down the bottom there, if you hear. I don't know that I would like to do it in the Southern Hemisphere, but after my brain just nearly exploding with the reversing of the moons, I'm just not sure if my brain cell can cope with it. We will see when we get to that point, but it would be good to do it as the Southern Hemisphere. So I haven't got too far in this needle. So that's all I've done. I've gone with a lighter fabric because my Green Man is on a little bit darker than this. And I wish I'd gone, oops, I've got a needle hanging out there. This is a little, sorry about the noise, needle book from Nicole at Darvarnalee Designs. She brought a couple along, or some of her bags and whatnot, to our cross stitching meet yesterday, and you can never have too many, so now I've got one for here. So, and if you're ever looking for bags, quilting services, I'll show you on the back. That's, there we go. So for Nicole. Anyway, I digress. So that's where I'm up to. I would have liked to have gone with a darker fabric, but I think this will complement the Green Man, because I plan to have the two together. It's actually going to be quite large. Now I'm only doing this on 28 count even weave from Sew It All Australia. So, but yeah, it's really beautiful colours. So long-term project. The plan was I was going to stitch one section every and excuse my pencil marks on there, they were counting through to where to start. So being a circular one, I hope I've started in the right spot. It was a bit unsure as to my starting point. So I think I got it right, but only time will tell. It's going to be quite huge, so that's okay. So I've got the Green Man done, and hopefully I'll get that done in the next, I'd like to have it done in the next 12 months, but we will see. So my plans are to just keep on with the Christmas stuff and to continue working with on Wheel of the Year and my Lisa Parker. So they'll be the main ones. Obviously, chances are I won't see you again until after September, maybe, because I'm working every weekend in August. So with a bit of luck, I will be back in September. I had a plan. I know at the beginning of the year I was going to do it every round the moon and all of that, but life just gets in the way, and that's completely okay. I'm fine with that. We're all busy, and I'm taking as many shifts as I can so that I can be, when I go away and at the end of the year. So, which I hopefully will film some, because I do intend to stop in at a few craft shops while I'm away. Yeah, so, but I will leave it there. Happy stitching, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. I say in the future, so not sure when. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I am on the socials, and you can find me on Instagram under Stitchy Morgana Stitchy Moon 75, on obviously YouTube as Stitchy Moon Crafts, and at I'm on Facebook as Morgana Shog Moon. Shog is the Gaelic spelling, SIOG. So see you all later. Stay safe. Happy stitching.